Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey guys, so it is the end of July and it is time to start thinking about the fall garden. I know it seems really hot and just kind of crazy to be thinking about that right now, but it is time. And so I actually ended up ordering 2 more green stalks, so I'll have a total of 4 green stalks now. And these are to help us with the fall and winter harvest. And mostly, I believe that these are going to be mostly for lettuce, just so that I can keep it up close to the house. If we get a really hard freeze or something, I can move these guys into the garage so that we don't lose those crops. And I just kind of wanted something a little bit closer. I wanted the ability to have more lettuce up by the house because we would go through the lettuce and the green stalks really quickly last year. So that's why I went ahead and ordered a couple more of these guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these together and get them all filled with soil and ready for when I need to plant them out. So GreenStalk has 2 different types of vertical planters. The first one that they ever came out with was called the original planter, and I believe it has 5 tiers, and those planters are deeper and can accommodate bigger plants. The other type of vertical planter that they have is one called the leaf planter, which is for smaller vegetables and a lot of leafy greens and lettuces. So I'm actually putting together right now the leaf, and I believe that this might have 7 or 8 tiers, but the pots here are shallower than the original. So things that you could plant in this particular planter could be parsley, you could do beets, basil, oregano, so a lot of your herbs. You can also do kale, you can even do garlic in this one. You can do spinach, and what I really think is pretty cool is that you can put strawberries in this. Or if you just wanted to overwinter some strawberries, if you get really bad winters and you're concerned about your plants maybe not surviving or making it through, you can actually put your strawberries in these and grow them during the season. And then in the winter, go ahead and throw this in the garage or a place where it's a little more protected and save those strawberries. So the other planter, the original one that has the deeper tiers, that one has a lot of versatility, and they even have some trellising options, so you can grow some trailing things like cantaloupe. You can also grow peppers, tomatoes. They even say you can grow corn in the original one. I've never really tried that. You could do watermelon. You could definitely do zucchini, cucumber. You can do cauliflower, bush beans, broccoli, bok choy. So you really have a lot of versatility with these planters. And I just love them really because they're close to the house. They're pretty cool looking. I don't know how many times I've had FedEx or Amazon come and deliver things and actually caught the driver taking pictures of my green stalks because they just really, really like them. So these are some of my favorite things to have. I did get these on a Father's Day sale. I tried to convince Nate that they were for Father's Day for him since they were blue, but I don't think he bought it. But still, he wasn't too upset that I bought them. I'm filling these with a potting soil that is made to retain moisture. Whenever you're doing container gardening, you'll notice that you have to water those containers a lot more than you would a raised bed or an in-ground garden. It's just because there's a smaller amount of soil here and it's just going to dry out quicker. These green stalks have a really cool watering system where you water from the top once your plants are established. You can water from the top. And the way that it's designed, the water actually funnels down into each tier, and then there's a small plate. You'll see me putting on a small round gray plate on top of each tier, and that will collect the water that funnels down on each tier, and then it waters each entire tier completely. So it's a really awesome system for watering, and I find that it's just super easy just to throw the hose up there. You can also fertilize these the same way. If you wanted to use like a Miracle-Gro liquid fertilizer, you can simply just throw that into the top watering reservoir, and that will trickle down to all the tiers and really fertilize your plants well. That's another tip for growing in containers. You do want to fertilize regularly. Just because of the fact that you're watering more, you are kind of flushing out some of that fertilizer that's in the potting soil or compost that you're adding to these. So yes, you'll definitely want to get on a schedule for fertilizing, and your plants will really thrive as long as you keep up with the water and the fertilization. Y'all will love these things. And there you go, they're all put together. It's a fairly simple process, and so now I just have to decide what exactly I'm gonna plant out in these guys, because we are getting close to when things need to be planted. It's really important in the fall time that you are giving adequate time for your crops to grow, because really through the winter you're just going to be harvesting from those crops. They're not going to be growing much because the amount of sunlight that you get, depending on where you are on the globe, is going to decrease during the winter. So really your crops should be mostly grown by the winter time, and then you'll just harvest throughout the winter. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe y'all will, decide to try some green stalks. I know I love them, even though I have an abundance of space. I do love these things. So anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your day.